rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Walk with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on
check,
it.
Check, 1 2 1 2.
Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Put this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shoot, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know, then you know. Suited up, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made.
About ready to go, just getting the news ready.
Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Why did that happen?
Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. There we go.
For those of you out there that have hit the like button, I should say thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. My name is Lane, taking a look at the charts after getting beaten up myself today in the market. Wow. That was a day for learning how to rein in some bad habits, or identifying some bad habits and bad choices there. When you get beaten up, that's really all that you can do, is try to figure out what went wrong, what you could have done. Sometimes you couldn't have done anything. Sometimes you did some stuff you probably shouldn't have done, and thought you get by with it, that's what I did. So I paid the price for it though today. Jeez. Oh, talked about that in an earlier stream. I'm not going to rehash the ideas there. Showed what little P&L was left there. We must build back better. Anyway, looking near Bitcoin on the very small time frame. This is a 6 minute, which I just follow because it's bored, but kind of a nice move over, since we had the big dump to 58,400. I'm looking at these targets maybe getting reached. Maybe we'll get 60,739, maybe 61,481 on the smaller term time frame here. A little bit of resistance coming in on a trend line that doesn't look so hot over here on this particular time frame. Right off the bat, you can see all of our moving averages, even the big extra ones that I throw in on these things, just for extra information. We're flipped bearish. On the daily though, how is Bitcoin looking? I mean, we're in that area to where, what the hell are we doing, man? Is this a top, or is this an accumulation? Is this distribution or reaccumulation? That's what we need to know. Is this going to be an M and then we go further down? I mean, those are scenarios that can legitimately happen. We have not confirmed any of those signs, so it's to be very premature to call them, oh, this is an M top, because it's not yet confirmed. M top would be bad. We don't want that, and that's where price comes down below our low over here. I need to go ahead and mark that on this one. That'd be about 56,318 on this particular chart. This is cracking. What's a cracking? Well, it's this chart. It's what's cracking. It's 56,353. If price goes below there, then not good. It could have just come down to that and bounce. But I think I mentioned this on the earlier stream today. I mean, we could be looking at, some kind of, maybe it was like head and shoulders or a triple top, or there could still be another up. There could still be another breakout of this area. So we're reaccumulating. That's where prices kind of comes up here, and the moving averages come up, and they start wrapping around each other. And the 200 is the next one to come up, and it's on the daily. So this one probably has a lot of say-so. We need it to stick along with the trend line that's trailing right behind it there, right beside it. That's two areas on our analysis that gives us confidence that, well, not one, it needs to hold. It needs to bounce from there. Two, if it doesn't bounce from there and goes below it, we may be in for a world of hurt coming. Now, one scenario that we want to be, that would freak us out and make a lot of people jump the gun, and I don't put it past them to do this, especially if they're trying to steal all especially your Bitcoin, scare you out to make stupid choices or give up your money. But they could wick down here and come back in here. That's tricky to manage because you're like, it broke the wick. It broke to my sell zone. That's my sell signal to get out of everything while I can. And then if you do that, it wicks back in here, you're gonna feel like an idiot. If it keeps on coming down, you did exactly the right thing. But again, if it wicks back in there, you're gonna feel like, damn it. So, I mean, the school of thought, the old term, to wait for confirmation is wait for a candle to close and open, maybe one or two candles. Just depends on your risk tolerance and how stingy, how stubborn you want to be to admit whether, it's closing below there or what it's doing. You wait 5 or 6 candles and you may have missed the move. So you've got that to contend with. All this is personal stuff you have to dial in on whatever trading style you have is what you do for confirmation, right? It's all dependent on your risk tolerance. That's why you can't just come up here and go with any guru system and think that whatever they do is going to work for you, because it's got to be tailored to your personality. So for me, I just know I'll have to make myself wait for a daily candle, open or close below that if that's what I'm looking for, because I would probably get a little freaky. But at least with the high Kanashis, they can give you a little bit of a better idea of just how severe it is. So that's why I like these candles. Anyway, we're not even in that situation, so let's don't worry about it. But that's just a scenario we got to be looking for. Right now, number wants to continue. Number wants to continue coming down. It looks like 57.8 is on the menu. Will it be on the menu tonight? Ichimoku Cloud suggests that yes. 57,000 something, 600, 800 will be served later this evening. Cause she ain't a lying, she ain't a joking. I'm on the 4 hour here. Looks like we're trying to get a little bit of a bounce here, a little bit of a relief rally, but 62,200-ish right there in that area is about as far as I'm looking for her to come back to, sadly. But I've got a little plan. So this is an area that I would possibly look for a short. And I guess I'm not going full on short, but we are into a not yet confirmed bearish market, but we are definitely on a bearish trend, which can turn around at any point. So shorting now is kind of like shorting the bottoms, kind of like buying the tops. We're kind of shorting the red candles is kind of like buying the green candles when they go up. Ideally, that's not what you want to do when you really nail your shorts. You really want to plan your shorts at a top if you're really seriously looking at it, right? Like, I'm planning this in advance. We're coming up for a double top. It could be a double top. It could be a cup and handle to the upside, but we're going to play it as a short, and that's where the ballsy people come in, and you got your stop losses. It's kind of like buying at the bottoms that I talk about all the time. Buying at the bottoms, you got your risk reward ratio is so tight. So shorting at these top areas, that's a no-brainer if you want to do that. If your bias is long, like what most of us are, really, we're thinking, the number could still go up, so we're not thinking about shorting. We're just kind of holding our positions and figuring out if we need to sell something or not, which most of the time we don't. I mean, if we're honest with ourselves, we'll probably miss some of the sale stuff, or we probably did miss some of the sale stuff. It's okay. We're works in process. We're getting in tune with the market. It's fine, and it's a learning process. as long as we learn from our mistakes, we're good, right? So, as far as shorting now, the theory would be if we come back for a retest. So around the 62,200 area could possibly be a room for a short. Now, the only thing that would blow it out of the water is if we come back into the pattern, and then I would expect something a little bit more bullish, and who knows? I mean, that could happen too. So it's very important to, I guess it's not blindly enter the shorts there, but be cautious and look for the possibility it could come back above that trend line, and then the idea should be cut. And as I said earlier, I have tried to train my mindset that I put it over here that my stop loss is now my entry fee to trade. If I'm doing like the futures, some perpetual leverage, because that's what kicks everybody's ass and kicks mine too. And there are a lot of strategies. There's a lot of things to say about this, but for me personally, I mean, you can layer into your trades, and a lot of people do that, and you do layer in. I've been doing this, and what I've found, it's fine on some strategies, some of your swing trading strategies, your position tradings, some of your not perpetual futures strategies can do, you can pull this off and do this and use this very successfully. But for futures, man, I mean, it's too much. I think even the way that they calculate that stuff, so you have to have extremely low leverage. Because of about a 15, which I thought was low enough for what I had over there, that I can handle that on. Clearly not. So I got to go back a little bit more old school and stop loss and be a little bit more strict on futures. That's the only way that I can keep things from turning around where they got out of hand with the big market drop. We don't want those situations to be repeatable. We don't want that. So might there be a short? I'll be looking. And this is on the 4 hour, come down to the 1 hour and see where we're headed up there. It was interesting that altcoins seem to be holding pretty well today. Interesting, right? So I guess if your bags in altcoins, you've already bled out for a lot. You probably saw a little bit of a comeback in altcoins, and you're like, hey, about damn time. Freaking Bitcoin maxis. So that's cool, because I was noticing, on my earlier stream when I was going over my altcoins with my position trades, I was like, man, they've been holding just fine. I haven't had to deal with them since our last big drop, really. So cool for that. And let's take a look at some altcoins. First, I want to give a shout out to everybody that's here, and hopefully I got a microphone on that's working and everything. Yippee Ki-A. What happened? What screen am I on here? Have to switch that over to live chat, or else it will not catch them all. Hey, we got Rising Sun and got DP, and there's Strega. Hey, Moneymaker, how's it going? And Mr. Miles, how's it going? It's funny how many people I've seen freaking out that we're going back into a bear market. So you think we're going back into a bear market? I think I want us to think we're going back into a bear market. I don't actually think that we are. I think this is the big phase before where they try to tire us out and freak us out before Bitcoin starts freaking exploding. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Definitely not going to call out those calls like Big Boy, like June is going to be Bitcoin's new all-time high. And now he's got an exact date for something else. I don't know why people have to try to do that. But it doesn't do anything positive for the space. It really doesn't. And it gets some new people. Well, he said he's an expert. He knows. So I'm going to. Now somebody's got a bias because you need your ego stroked. Well, congratulations. They probably lost some money with this big drop with the bias that they had for the upside, waiting for the all-time high, and probably just missed their signals to get out. I mean, think about it from those terms. So I don't like it when I see other YouTubers and with some of the clickbaity thumbnails and things that they do like that. I don't think it's a good look for the market. Yay, you got your clicks. Yay, you may have had some influence on somebody, and congratulations. They've probably made a dumber decision now because of that. Congratulations. I think as YouTubers, we got to be conscientious, and that's why I'm going out the P&L and talking about the losses that I've been taking today and getting my butt kicked and all this stuff. And just, we got to keep it real. We got to keep it real. Nobody does this market perfectly, and if they act like it, well, they'd be lying. The Bitcoin. This qualified as a triple top. We talked about that idea and then it played out. Came back down here. Look at that. I didn't see it as that, but a lot of people did. Doesn't matter. We still got to bounce to the upside. And now we double top you again and come to the downside. So far, we're just proving that we're in a range. That's all we've got so far confirmed, is that we are in a range. Could this have been the Wyckofian spring to take us to the upside, jump the creek? Well, apparently not. Does that mean there might be another deeper spring? Maybe, if you go by that theory. Also looking at some of these trend lines, and if that sucker breaks, well then, no bueno. So what's the best way to look at the market? Should we start and take a fresh look? And let's look at the range strategy. Take a look at the old range strategy for Bitcoin, and this was the impulse move. We came down to 50% and a good chance that we may come right back down to it. So got to mark that while we got it up here. Why does this keep coming up? That's what I want to know. Why does that keep showing on my screen? To do that, you got a wick below or actually close candles below the 10 moving average. We talked about that. That's 56,335. That was... this would be tolerable. Anything lower than that is just plainly unacceptable. But the thing that would lead to a lower low would be, or a lower low would be that we didn't make a higher high. And so for our structure here, you know, high, low, and then a lower high, and can get to a lower low. So with Bitcoin, that could bring into the $52,000 area, and that corresponds with this area over here in our 618 Fibonacci. So I got confluence for that, and being below the daily 200 moving average. If that happens, we're just looking at possibilities right now. We're planning things out, so we don't get sidetracked anymore or get our asses kicked as bad. At least we got a little bit more of a plan, right? On the bigger time frames where we need to have a plan. I need to have a plan. I'm just doing it in front of you, and you guys are hanging out with me. We're talking about it. I guess that's what's really going on here. So we're looking at the range strategy idea. So, if we take this play from this move here to there, and then we can get a little bit more reasonable, in my terms, zones, and for distribution and accumulation. I'm going to use the fib strategy because it works just as good as anything else out there for me to do these areas. And can be finessed. So we got this area from 68, almost 400, on up to 73, wherever our high was there. Almost 74,000. That's a pretty good little range within itself. But these are the places where planned shorters plan their shorts, and the ones that are doing well now in this market right now with this drop, well, it's what they were counting on and what they were hoping for. And as soon as price broke this trend line, they were like, hell yeah, baby, it's on. Well, you know, when by my strategy, I should either be having that same mindset or saying, dang, I need to cover my positions. I need to, probably want to leave this market for a minute. But I didn't. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, but it's always good to look that back and just reinforce those signs in my mind. That's what I'm doing. The trend lines are your friends. That's the thing that saves your ass, and I just gotta learn to trust the trend lines. What it is sometimes you see them where they break down and then they start coming back up there before they break down again. This is normally how it works right here. Or under non-bullish circumstances, this is what you would expect to see. All right, so now our bottom range. How's it gonna do that, Mr. Road Dog? I'm gonna take my swing high down to our potential swing low. I'm gonna do the same freaking thing, dog. Now I took that a little bit lower than my actual 618. I should have probably went to that 618, and that would probably get that wick. We're going to do that. We're going to move this little guy up, because I believe that would be the most precise. Why did I come down to the 618? That's going to be our bounce point, our bottom possible. I mean, this is still speculation at the moment. Well, if we're not in a range, well, it would suck. But most likely we probably are, and this is probably that sideways range that we talked about happening all summer. It'll be a little scary, a little boring, a little down, and then it can also have moments of excitement. Looks like July is going to be good. That's what I'm starting to see. When I put together what I see on the bigger time frames and what I see on the smaller time frames, this one counting as one of the smaller ones being the daily, that's what I see happening. And there's even things pointing toward July 4th or 5th being our turnaround point. I know it sounds crazy. It would say it'd probably have to be the 5th when the market comes back open, right? But that's that. I'm finding some confluence with that date on the charts, so I'm gonna be risque and stupid. Which one should I do it on? This chart or this one? This is my main Bitcoin chart. I'm going to do this. I'm going to predict, because the algorithm loves the predictions. But I'm making a prediction. Bitcoin reverses around the 5th of July. Will it come true? I just got some indicators saying that. But why not? Let's jump out there. Let's be a... And then it starts all over again. Music and everything. All right. Well, welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto. Thanks for joining me tonight. My name is Road Dogg. We're taking a look at the charts right now, just like we're starting to stream all over. My prediction is going to be for, if I can find the text. Where are you, text? You're a boomer. You're such a boomer. Where are you hiding, text? What? There you are. BTC reversal. I'm going to say upside. I'm going to use that on or about July 5th. 104. I gotta make a little note. Let me know why. Well, let me delete that, or else I'll think I use one of those fantastic GAN theories that, oh my god. Oh, this was just a trend line. It kind of fits into GAN, but GAN did so much more. You guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm talking about WD GAN. Is one of my... He's one of the greatest traders and analysts ever back in the day. Predicted the stock market crash. He figured a lot of things. He could square price and time and actually put prices with dates 6 months ahead of time. It was pretty phenomenal. He died with that secret, but he did that for years and years. It's a very fascinating story. A very good man, what you read about him. Seems to be a very godly man, but also very into sacred geometry and its principles. And I know he did use some astrology aspects. It was crazy what I read about angles of the planets corresponding with the prices. Never would have thought I'd look at it that way, but the what little I looked into it, I saw that there was something there. It's just way too damn complicated. I need something quick and easy. I can't sit here and I'm sure he had a very simplistic system to get it down to, or else it wouldn't have been as profitable for him. But man, I just would love to pick that dude's brain if he were still alive. Okay, so Bitcoin on the 1 hour, are you going to do anything good? We need you to go up, Bitcoin. Keep going. You're in the middle of this red Ichimoku cloud. You're looking good on the 15-minute. You're tired, I know, but you made it past an area I didn't think you was going to make it past. So keep going up and let me see if I can short you. You're short and late, ain't you? I'm just... looking. Just a looking. In the meantime, we can take a look at some altcoins that are holding their weight very well. Take a look at the index here on a total of 3 real quick, though. This is our altcoins. And I just like to keep up with it because we're at an area where maybe we could bounce. That would be awesome. There are some wicks going down there, but we're holding this level so far so good. And we haven't lost the floor and just fell down, which could happen just like it happened today. And it sucks. Don't want that to happen for altcoins. Or maybe we get a relief rally, which I've been hoping for ever since we were over here around 623, just to get a little relief rally. If she does, then that's great, and I will take advantage of that, even in my position margin things, because I will be in profits on some of these things then, and that will help me get that Bitcoin I've been working on. So, might we get a balance in altcoins? Might we? Well, we just need to pray about it right now, because if we don't, oh man. Another 50 billion leaving altcoins wouldn't be fun. It just wouldn't. Bitcoin dominance has been dropping, so that might help a little bit. And we sit here and watch the dollar just kind of hang sideways, so that's not bad. Not bad. Altcoins have kind of just stayed stable today. That's weird, isn't it? What manipulation is afoot for Bitcoin? 'Tis crazy. 'Tis crazy, I say. What you guys up to? Oh man, I'm way behind on this chat. Function at Mike, yes, we're so proud of you, boss. I knew I could do it. I knew I could do it. Mr. Miles says, no, I don't think we're going in a bear market, but a lot of people are freaking out thinking we are. Yeah, that's, well, it's easy to have me looking at things. I'm like, man. But that's how that all works. It gets in your head. All the paper hands are free. Joe says, got busy, time escaping, but I'm here watching some real TA. Appreciate you for being here, Joe. Joe's got some real TA over on his channel. Go check it out. Celinda says, law, I just has the guts to look at my coin portfolio, and it's actually up 2% today. Yeah, I know, isn't that crazy? We'll take it. Mr. Miles says Bitcoin go sideways in September, giving alts a chance to run, being boosted by the ETH ETF. I do like that narrative. I don't know if would it be so? I was leaning toward maybe late August, but considering in the past, just going from memory here, yeah, September, I always wanted to be hopeful, and I think that's because the Uniswap airdrop came in September. That was a good birthday. I found it on my birthday, and I was like, oh, yes! Oh, yeah! That was the greatest thing ever. But it actually happened like weeks before. I was just late to the party. That was a good airdrop. The only airdrop that I got that's ever been bigger than that has been the DOG one from BRC20 holding stacks or whatever. I think it's I held stacks, had it taken. That qualified me for the Runes NFT airdrop or whatever. And then I think the Dogcoin airdrop came from that. I don't know, but I'm thinking, thank you, Jesus. I knew it. I knew it wasn't a bad idea to do that. So that one paid off. Or has been. That's not bad. I got sideways. My Ladamus has spoken. Fish Guru, hey, how's it going, Fish Guru? Have to be careful these alt pumps. They are bait. I agree. I'm still looking for. I think we might get that relief rally. I'm hoping for that relief rally. I don't know, but I've been hoping for that relief rally for a while. But the chart looked like it might offer that, so hopefully. Fingers crossed for a relief rally on the altcoins and maybe even on Bitcoin. Mr. Miles says we are absolutely in range. Assange is finally free. I know that was going to be my thumbnail, and then I was like, I don't know if anybody would care. But I wanted to mention, yeah, Assange is free, man. So that deserves applause. He's a hero, dude. Julian Assange is a hero. So I want to give him some props. Some props. So, Mr. Assange, yeah, I don't know the details of it yet because it's like fresh, but from what I understand, he's going to be released. I think is he in Britain, being held in Britain or in England or something, and I think he gets to go back to Australia, but he gets to plead guilty, and I guess he gets credit for time served. I don't know the details, but it sounds like that. I did see something about him getting to go back to Australia, which I thought, well, that would be fair. I thought it would suck if they got some kind of deal and still brought him over to America. And then he just gets time served for his prison over in England and still has time to serve. I don't think he needs to go to jail. I think it's a shame for how he's been treated. He's a journalist. Journalism is what I studied in school, in college, and didn't go into it because it ends up being corrupt, but he's a real one. I mean, that's what real journalists are supposed to do, is be like Julian Assange and just report the facts and not be the puppet. I can't be a puppet, so that degree did me not very well, except for I can write better. I just don't like writing. Don't like it. Finally decided that after I got my degree, I was like, you know what? I really don't enjoy writing that much. Well, that was money well spent. Yeah, get you a liberal arts degree. Who the hell needs chemistry and physics? Man, I wish I had went there. If I only knew then what I knew now, I would have become a trader. I would have held on to that Amazon stock that I bought at $11. That's for dang sure. Let's talk about INJ. At 22, it's had a nice little come up from 1982. Looks more impressive on the 15, doesn't it? Let's get back. Looks pretty impressive on the 4 hour, actually. Nice double bottom pattern here. Call it a W, call it a double bottom, call it a booty shaker if you want to. I'll go with anything. Let me throw up this picture. So whether it's rounded or just there whatsoever, we get a booty picture. Because it's a booty, it's a bottom. Is it confirmed? Well, if we go to extreme of the candles here, then no, not quite yet. I need to get above this area right here for her to confirm. And what sucks with these is, yeah, you know, they can come up here and then either flag out, you know, they can get rejected here. So we got to get above that to confirm. And the good news is if we do, then that's got a great little measure move, and we're just going to take it down to this wick over here. Put it up there. That suggests that we can come up to this congested area right over here. So that's kind of cool. I like that. I'll go with that. Yeah, more success with your measure moves if you do look to the left when you take them. And you should see something to the left that kind of suggests, oh yeah, confluence. Look, this is a support resistance flip area. Wow, that measure move's kind of cool after all. That's when you know you got one that'll probably be nailed. So just trying to give. Some people will think, oh man, that's some sauce, and other people say, yeah, I thought everybody knew that. So welcome to crypto, man. Some of the things I say, some people, oh my god, that's amazing, and everybody else like, what? Don't everybody know that? It's just a spectrum of knowledge in crypto. Has there any more confluence here that we could put up here? I'd like to do a fib pull and see if we get something in that area, and we do have a little bit of a 618 hidden there. I like that idea as well. So it looks like INJ might be headed back to $27. I'll go with it. If it confirms we're getting above here, that's the key. That's the key. Can't call this too early. It's got requirements she's got to fulfill, which is basically getting above this previous high. Whether she does it now or comes back down to 21 and then does it, should still be in play. This W pattern is not invalidated until we get past this little bottom over here at 1944. That's when this pattern will be invalidated, and you say, oh crap, I guess we got to look at something else now. But until then, it's kind of still in play or making a bigger pattern. Just be patient. So INJ, I like that one. I'd love to see $27 back again. What happened to my pretty price things? Also, we got Tau at a super discount right now. They were down to my average buy price on this guy now, so that I don't know how to interpret that. I don't even. Man, I haven't even checked on that one in a while. I do have it on spot margin because I thought I'd build some, but I didn't transfer any over there. Okay, that was 962. So since the last time I checked it, it's went up. I got 0.10 just from staking it. I just got it staking on the wallet over here. Hoping that this one will do some real good because she's been up to $500 before. Sitting at $278, and she's been down as low as $40-50 where, you know, I picked up several of them there. Some even higher. Seems to be supporting this trend line, which is not coming in very solid here. So let's figure out where we found this trend line at. Probably a daily. Daily's a good level. Tighten her up just a little bit there. I like to get those candle bodies in. We got our 618 Fibonacci up here, just a little area that it will most likely kind of gravitate toward if you kind of follow the Fibonacci kind of idea. That's just kind of the middle ground, the magical little area. God's little belly button right there in the middle, just waiting to be poked. That sounded stupid, didn't it? Anyway, it also makes a nice little support area, resistance area, looks like. So 380 might be coming back on the radar. Maybe 456 in our target area. We got up there another support resistance flip area. Those make excellent areas for targets. If you find a support resistance flip, any area that was resistance, then or support, and then all of a sudden it's resistance again. Great target areas. Most likely there will be a fib around that area too, but you know, if you don't feel like fibbing, don't mess with the fibbies. You don't have to mess with the fibbies. I think it's kind of easy after you figure out how to pull them and what numbers to look at and stuff. But at the bottom here, where I like it, I gotta admit it, man. I mean, when I'm looking for areas to get in, it's kind of like the people we're talking about shorting the tops. I like to buy the bottoms because it gives you a better risk-reward ratio unless you get something freaky like this that might freak you out, stop you out. That could happen on this. Unless you give it a little bit more wiggle room now that you know that. Now that you know that that's what it's kind of doing on that trajectory, you can give yourself a little bit more wiggle room. Stop loss is somewhere below. Oh my gosh, that would be horrible. How big of a stop loss would that be? Oh, that's too big. I can't. It's special in spot. Oh, and leverage wouldn't even qualify for leverage. Couldn't even do that on leverage. 18%. No, you would just have to watch this one carefully. Smaller time frames and all. I mean, if you're trying to get below the very last wick, just to make sure that. But otherwise, you're looking to put your stops at the point which would invalidate whatever your setup is, or invalidate your pattern if you've got a pattern going on. Do we have a pattern going on? Not officially. I mean, if you want to connect trend lines, you might see something. Usually you'll find a channel in that idea, which could spell out a little, give you a little ideas there. You notice that this one kind of disrespects that channel. But still, channel idea, where we got most of our time, that's one idea to do that. They could go with the current pattern that we might be printing out, something to look, and could we be? Might be, could be, but and we ain't there yet. Could this be a Adam and Eve double bottom? It is possibly forming a possible Adam and Eve double bottom, and even if it did, if it doesn't break out past here, it's just a more accumulation and downside. So I don't know when I come across Tubers Luck, we got an Avenue double bottom. Let's go immediately to the upside. It's like an immediate bias that we're just immediately going to the upside, and that doesn't work good. It may make you look good if you're on TV showing this stuff and it actually happens. Well, I called it. We knew ahead of time. We were buying, right? I mean, but in all seriousness, so by your strict pattern rules, your good pattern people will tell you, man, that's kind of stupid to call that. That's why we say possible. It's an idea. We have to see if it confirms. Because until something confirms, you just guessing, baby. And that's all it is a guess. Now, you can play that guess. I could guess that and see, hey, man, that might be a possible Adam and Eve coming up there. You want to front run it? Okay, what's your game plan? Get some tight stops here, maybe, because if she goes down below this area right here, that candle where she's at right there, or that wick there, she probably ain't no Adam and Eve, or she is, we probably don't play for a while. I'm just saying. You know, you get a game plan going on. That's what I do anyway. I don't know. Do what you want to do. It's on the 4 hours above the non-moving average. It's got a nice little start there. If you wanted to look for a breakout, maybe it's got one. So I would look at these ideas. Now, if I was playing off of this idea, and maybe even this big double bottom, I mean, I'm looking at this trend line breaking here and saying, okay, you might have something there. You're above the 9. You're starting to feel my parameters where I might just take a trade here on the 4 hour. Let's go down to the 15 minute and see what it looks like. When we come down to the 15 minute, as soon as it gets over the 200 moving average, just put your stop below and you're good to go. As a strategy, that is very mediocre. As a trigger for an entry that was based on a higher time frame, that works pretty damn good, whether it's the 200 or the 9 or whatever. But if you're trying to play the in and out above the 200, I mean, you can, but I'm telling you, I've played that with bots, and that's the no. I mean, it's not worth it. That's a shitty strategy, and you can see it when you go. If you buy, then you come back and sell at the same price. You short here, maybe, and buy back in if you got that idea. That one might work. Buy, sell. That one broke even. This one, what do you say? Break even. This one, if you were lucky to catch it, made a little. This one, if you long here, you might have got something. So, yeah, in theory, I mean, there is that strategy for that. But it's not a great one. But it is. If you take these strategies and use them in a different way, it's like, oh yeah, that's the buy signal, or can be a buy signal. And I apply this for something I got a setup on a bigger time frame, like the 4 hour or whatever. That's we call it a trigger. So that can be an entry signal. So I thought, yeah, I can enter this trade. So that's what I look at for that. And then we can get our, position. This is actually looking like it might be, a trade that might actually work. So if we got a target set up here at 313, let's analyze it. The whole reason for using this little tool right here is for risk to reward when we put it to where we want to get in. So if we were to take that trade, and now we say, or, figure it out ahead of time, we want to get a good risk reward ratio. I like 4 or 5 to 1 or better. Can we get that out of this? We can get pretty good if you put your stop loss below this wick over here. It's a 3% stop loss, entering the trade. And even if you took profit at 13, that's only 12% profit. But the risk to reward ratio, it means that, let's say you calculate your stop loss. However, this is where it can get kind of weird with when you're doing perpetual futures, and this is where you kind of want to use this and why you use it. But this helps you to figure out your position size. How many coins can I buy here if I only want to lose $100 in this trade? And that's how you figure it out. When the price gets down here, and you have your calculator and figure out that, well, what I will risk is $100, and then you can calculate how big of a position that you can buy, and then you let your trade play out. You plan your trade and then you let it play out. Because if you sell and bail out anywhere before, you don't have this risk reward ratio, meaning that was a shitty trade to take in the first place. You got too high risk taking it. And I see some people using this, teaching this stuff wrong, acting like big shots. And not that I'm an expert on it, but I just know that what they're doing is kind of misleading. Most people do use it right. Most people do. There's a few outliers out there on YouTube that get a lot of attention that just kind of, I don't know. they breach away from the safe traditional way to do things, and even some of us do, but they just not to complain. Risk to reward ratio. Calculate it. This one actually looks decent. But it's only decent if I'm convinced that I can get this target, or that's my plan. If I got some strong signs that I can get there. So measure move, Fibonacci, something like that, make it worthwhile. Let this little sucker play out, and then I can actually take advantage of this risk reward. If you can do this on a calculated thing, and if you're regimented with your trading, which is hard to do, and it's probably not going to ever be my style, because I'm not going to sit here and calculate and blah, blah, blah. But you can actually really track your risk, you know, your wins, your success rates a lot better, and how that you're going to build your portfolio, because you're kind of, the idea behind this is that you repeatedly go for these same risk reward ratios, right? Try to get these same trade setups, and that way you know that you can lose what, 1 out of 4 trades and still be okay, or you can lose 4 out of about 3 out of 4 trades and still be okay. You just need that one to kind of balance it out. And so that's not, it gets kind of tedious. And this is more the mindset you get into for the futures trading if you really want to kind of be more, this is what the successful traders do. Now, I'm not claiming to do this or to be that big successful future traders. I think I showed today that, well, I can get liquidated just like anybody when I get stupid. This is trying to help you, keep you from doing stupid though, so. I'm going to try to be a little bit more strict on my rules and put this stuff to the test a little bit more on some of those ideas. We'll see how it goes. Well, let's check back with you guys, because I've just been talking to just ranting. I've been chatty Cathy. Mr. Miles, I wonder if part of Assange's freedom is a direct result of Trump saying he'd pardoned him when and if reelected. Freeing him ahead of time makes that ammo go away from Trump. You know, it might be, but you know, Trump had the opportunity to pardon him last time. I don't know why he didn't. I was very disappointed that he didn't pardon him when he had the opportunity. So I have to read that too sometimes. There's good things about Trump, but I would say the biggest thing that got in the way was his ego. And he took the things personal. And you remember, it got to be the Trump show there like every night, especially during the COVID thing. But I know, and then on one hand, though, when he got in the presidency, it's like the Democrats just started attacking him right off the back. And it's kind of like, can you let the man breathe and let's see what he can do? And like, he never had a chance to do, you know, he was just under attack the whole dang time. I didn't think that was fair. But then again, I didn't also think, you know, him getting into his ego so much was the best move. But he's matured since then, I think. I think he's... But still, I wonder, why didn't he pardon Assange then and do some other things? But maybe I'm thinking too much about it. No, I don't think so, sir. Cryptophagia, Bitcoin Wyckoff reaccumulation, though. It better be, or I know I'm not going to be happy if it's not. I'm really counting on them to do this. That is my thesis too, that it's a reaccumulation area. Looking at it from the Wyckoff point of view, and this also, well, just my TA point of view, that's what I've been looking at for a while. But man, days like today make you think, but she's not confirmed anything different yet, that we're on, you know, an official downtrend or a down that our overall trend is going to reverse, our major trend. I'm not seeing that, but we're, you know, it can flirt with it. It can definitely look that way. Mr. Rouse says, okay, no more politics. Fish Crew says Binance going to recover some vectors, probably back to 61,432. After that, you got 62,850-ish if Market Maker pulls some real bull stuff. I expect them to be pulling some stuff. I do. Fish Guru says, don't fall for the trap, people. Man, I'm telling you, what me getting liquidated today, that got me into my feeling. I started thinking, that started making me then start looking at, my other positions as, are you sure that you're, it starts messing with your emotions, and you gotta reel yourself in. They're good at this game. It makes you feel like there's some evil little mastermind up there doing it. And it's the composite man, I think. Maybe there's a cabal, little evil man somewhere, but I think it's mostly just our human nature just collectively coming together, and this is what we get. And whether that's expressed through us punching the buttons or the computers that we programmed to punch the buttons, but they are damn good and have been historically in the markets for just getting people to the point where they break, give up, and then flipping around, going the other way. Gosh, they are so good at that. Selena says Alexar is really cheap right now. How much is it? I like that project, by the way. I can't remember exactly what it does. It's on Cosmos ecosystem. Tied to, I know they got their versions of Wrap Bitcoin and stuff like that, but I couldn't quote off the top of my head what they do. I just know that they do looks like a very good project to be in. I wouldn't mind taking a look at it, to be honest with you, on a deeper level. After we take a look at the chart, I'm on the 15-minute. Why did I even start here? Zoom out, at least to the daily. She is cheap. Okay, so all these lines crisscrossed and all of that, is the price got above all my little lines and stuff. So we're going to race on this. That's old news now. That looks like a good retracement. That does. Ooh, she's at an 886 and wick below it just a little bit. That would be one of the areas that I would be looking for. Like, as an investor or even as a position trader or something, that would be the thing. So for me, if I were going to get angles for this, for me, well, I could do it that way or I could do it a different way. I'm doing a pull from this swing high all the way down to this one, which is not the standard way to do this. I'm doing it backwards, but that's just in case. We haven't got confirmed bottom, so I'm speculating. So I'm just getting some targets, some areas here defined as an accumulation zone, possible accumulation zone. Put it that way. It works pretty good. Man, it does seem to respect this fib level. Is there a chance we come down here? This is me speculating. This is not my normal TA method. That's a speculative thing. We're gonna mark you just in case. All right, so this area is holding, and that should be an area we get a bounce. So yeah, I agree. Anyway you look at it, from here down to this area, the 32. Wow, that's a big drop though. 58 to 32. That's a big drop. Let's see. Do you got a chance of going down more? I mean, I know you got a chance, but this one says she's also in a nice area for a turnaround. Okay. So I'm on a 3-day chart for one thing, so here we are on the daily, 100 crossing the 200. This is the sign on the bigger time frame. When we get the 100 over 200, there might be a pullback. So I just want to put that out there. It doesn't happen every time, but sometimes when that happens, I don't see the first sign of it really. But this would be a great place for that to happen, where 88 cents or 80 cents might come back into picture. Just throwing that out there when this happens. I would say about 2/3 of the time I see that happen when those cross. It does, man. I want to keep 33 on the radar. We don't have to hit it, but oh, and you passed out the 414. Okay, so I think I got a little something here that might finesse this one a little bit. She's got a possibility to recover here. We haven't seen the signs of it yet. Need to see it get above the daily 9 moving average, of course. If we see that, then this is probably going to work out good. But if not, 43 might be the target. Let's look on the 4 hours. See how she's looking. Trying to get the 9 here. Good. Got it on the 1 hour. Go back to the 4 hour. Oh, a breakout would be cool. There's that chance, even if we do get that breakout, that, you know, we got this level at 77. Might get rejected and come back and visit this area, or even this level up here and come back. Those are the ideas. Ichimoku Cloud's not exactly gung-ho for a total reversal just yet, but I think we're getting close. I agree, it is in a nice place because this one can do some numbers. That's sitting at 58 cents, and we've been up recently up to close to $3. Alexar has got a history of doing good. That's cheap. That is cheap. Hasn't been this price since around November 2023. And in that time, it did over 3x. I do want to take a look at this. I've got some of this, but I'm as if it's being this cheap, then I wouldn't mind having more. Axelar. AXL. We're going to take a look at it in the trader and investor. Well, it starts out with trader. Trader's got a strong sell. Its market cap is 409 million. Circling supply is 700 billion. Or 700 million, not 700 billion. 700 million circulating supply. Total supply is 11 million. So not bad, about 75% of the way there, almost. Fully diluted market cap, 674 million. All-time high says 264. All-time low, 31 cents. And so between 31 cents and here at 58, with an all-time high, which was, what was that, recent? 264? Not bad. Valuation grade 94, 95% basically undervalued. This one's great. Celinda, need to give Celinda a shout out just mentioning that. Bringing our attention to a good solid project that's at a good price to look at. So fundamental grade 75%, investor grade 75, or right at 74%. And let's just refresh our memories for what coin is. The short has passed the scale. It's a Web3 interoperability platform, open stack to connect all blockchains. A single click to use and build everywhere. Trusted by leaders. Dydex, Lido, Frax, Uniswap, Osmosis. Osmosis, where I'm familiar with it from. PancakeSwap. Real world assets, Centrifuge, Circle, Ondo, Provenance. The infrastructure using Celestia, Filecoin, Morales, Mycomi. Programmable interoperability. Ethereum has built programmable money. Axelar is building programmable interoperability. Imagine a network of transport hubs connecting cities and industries. Axelar is this network for Web3. Smart contract support allows anyone to deploy from across chain stack itself to all chains in under 10 seconds, reaching 10 times as many active users as the leading Web3 environment. So I know that I get wrapped Bitcoin and Ethereum over in Cosmos through Axelar. And I don't know exactly all that I can do, but if 10 chains coming together, it's interoperability. That's the big play. I like this one myself. You don't have to, but I do, and it's at a great place. And appreciate you, Celinda, for reminding us, because honestly, I wasn't looking at it. I've been too busy putting out fires to start looking at some of the things I've got on my hardware wallets in there. See if I can make a note and remember to take a look at that tonight, because she's at some areas that... These are areas that are great for DCAing. If you want a dollar cost average, take, you know... You don't have to come in here and no TA to nail the bottoms or anything like that. I mean, it's basically accumulation zones is what it is. And if you're trying to play the long game where you can actually make the most money, if you're just patient with it, you can put this thing into staking. It'll build more coins for you. And this one and other ones that work like it are a lot of coins, you know, in these situations. I'm not just trying to stress this one, although this is a good one I do like. Just the idea behind what we're talking about, how to play it, I believe. So for the patient, yeah, this one can pay off nice. And just getting back to its previous high there, so 3.6x, and it can do, I believe she can do better. I can believe she'll get more than just $1 billion market cap. I'm sure that she might get 5 billion market cap. You might see a nice, you know, 10x out of this one. I wouldn't doubt it, or more. It's one of those Cosmos ecosystem plays. I've got a lot of them because I've been in Cosmos for a while, and I just let them do what they do. Just let them stack and grow and stake, and I've just been letting it do that for the past, almost, what was it, 2020? Yeah, 2020. So about 4 years almost, and it's pretty nice. Airdrops, all kinds of stuff over there. Fish Guru says, whatever survives this crash is going to be cheaper. My opinion, most alts are going to zero. A lot of them will, especially in the bear market. A lot of them will. Fish Guru says, look at how poorly most alts have performed, even blue chips like Matic and AVAC. There's a purge on the way. They have taken the brunt. And I've wondered that as Bitcoin gets more popular, how the altcoins are going to be played, that they might, you know, be put on the back burner a lot more. But if they approach these bottom areas, but it does make me want to be more selective about the coins I get in. It does. But I'm very pleased that they've held up so much so far today. That's surprising to me. I really did expect altcoins to take a bigger. I expected to look at my wallets and things like that and just see a lot of red, but they've held as Bitcoin drop. That is lots of fishy to me. Wouldn't you know, bears divs on the SPX and the US sub hunters looking for a rogue Russian sub in the Gulf. Is there a sub over there in the Gulf? I haven't kept up with that today. Mr. Miles says, talking about Trump, he didn't pardon Assange the first time because the Senate suggested if he pardoned him, they wouldn't support him with the impeachment trial. Politicians suck. No wonder we can't get a damn thing done in this country. There's a string tied to everything. Good brown gravy. It's the little man in the cube.
Let's talk about your ex.
Fish Guru says, XL dead cat bounce with Bitcoin. I don't know. I actually do kind of like this project, though. It's been around for a little while. I don't think it's dead by any means. Sam Webb says, Myro looking good. Isn't that crazy? What everybody says, screw Bitcoin. I'm going back to my meme coins. Going back to something I can predict. Oh man. Well, they're getting a nice bounce, touching the 50 moving average on the 4-hour time frame. Okay, clearly you can see all this. Was that trade set up? I don't know what. Anyway, Bunch of old news here. We're going to clear that off and see what this chart looks like. Oh, look, you got a slanted head and shoulders pattern. Clearly saying this coin is going to negative $10. So the trend line's going to suck getting past it. Or will it? I don't know. We've seen some of them do this and then they break back into the trend line and then take off as a bear trap. So we should see if I can line this up really good right over here in this corner there. If I do it there, we're retesting it. Okay. Is it cool? Does that look solid? Did I cut through some candles? That looks pretty good. I mean, I would have liked to have had some touches over here, but we didn't, but it's kind of making up for it over here, would it tell me? Can you break back in? I would love to see that. Ichimoku Cloud says, not today. That's what she said. Well, listen, Ichimoku Cloud is... She's a little tiffed right now. She's not entertaining any thoughts about anything having any big killer breakouts. That's what she's saying. She's like, I'm ready to keep dumping on your ass. Quit asking questions. I'm just telling you what she's saying. That's what she says. Does she get her way or not? I don't know, but that's what she's saying. She's saying, I'm pissed at you. Don't talk to me right now. Oh, I didn't do anything. I'm the one having a bad day, not you. You're still okay. I had to put my tail between my legs today. It stinks down there. So stochastics are at the top, meaning they could roll over here at this trend line too. So 4 hour. I mean, she's got a nice little start above the 9, right? You need a start. 9 hasn't crossed the 21. You got to blow it up. And she's touching that 50 moving average, which could smell like rejection over here. Look at where they touch. Look to the left, and you'll see probably some congestion there. That's how this kind of works. That's how I try to explain moving averages now, because, gosh darn it, when you really start getting down to try to explain these, it's hard to find an easy way. So if you say, look at where they touch, and then there's probably something going on, that just seems to work out so much better than getting into the topic of whether it can act or support resistance and all this stuff. Just look to the left, you got it. Boom. It means pay attention. When price touches this moving average, where it averaged out to be so many candles ago, there's probably something going on there. Just look, maybe 50 candles ago, look, we were right there. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, there's something going on. So moving average, I'm a big moving average guy. Might we get rejected off there and come down? Yeah. Might this be a nice little wiki reversal? It's a nice one. Looks like a good start. So what does that mean, Red Dog? Well, my guess is since the 9 has not crossed the 21 yet, that we'll probably come back and touch one of these guys and then try to... What's up with my lines here? Why do my lines look purple or something? So come back. I'm trying to draw a straight line and you go zigzag. And so we might get something like that. You know, a lot of zigzag, try to make some higher highs or a bit of pullback maybe. That's just what I'm kind of guessing. What, Romero? But the 15 minute looks like she still wants to go strong over here. 15 minutes looking good, so don't jinx that. If she's on a run, who am I gonna, don't go, baby. Give her encouragement. It's like, you can do it, Myro. You is you is good, you is smart, you is intelligent, you is purty. I forgot what the quote was from that movie, but you is. Let's go to 15 cents. Really? Going to 15? And you were down at 12. Watch me zoom out again. Okay, and so that's up here. Yeah, I don't know if she's going to get back in this trend line just yet. But yeah, looking good. Better than going the other direction toward 10 cents, I would say. Man, I can't keep up with the chat. Let me see if I can scroll up here. This group says, with any of these wrecked offs, you want to see a long consolidation holding key supports. Well, they good. I do not disagree with that at all. They are likely to, you'll see a lot of them go into accumulation rather than, expecting like, oh, they're going to come down here and bounce and then everything's going to be hunky-dory. We could be looking at that. Unless we get, I'm still hoping for that nice little relief rally. Just a little up and I will be taking advantage of that. When the bond yield curve inverts, be careful, people. Every single condition for depression is present. The bigger picture on some of this macro stuff does look scary. I will give you that. Especially if you start looking like toward the end of the year is what I'm mostly picking up on. So it's going to be interesting. How's this election going to go? What else? I mean, usually, traditionally, if election year is good for the markets. And usually the election, you get a rally after. What would make the opposite story happen there? And it's not a pretty picture if you think about it. It's pretty much either war or, something freaky going on in the government where we don't have a free election. Or maybe a combination of two. And it can get kind of drab if we start thinking about that. But all we can do is keep our eyes open for any situation. We can't predict that. We can only control what we can control, and unfortunately we can't control these politicians even though they're supposed to be working for us. All that would rally the market is more qualitative easing into late 2025 or early 2026, but a massive change coming to the market. There was some theories earlier on about 2026 possibly being bullish, and I heard that late. Heard some of those theories late last year as an idea. I'm not sold on it. I try not to get excited about those narratives or anything, and stick with the 4-year cycle of crypto that I'm familiar with. But I mean, I think it's a fascinating idea, and I'm wondering. And there's some of these older, I don't know, I've got a copy of it somewhere, but one of these, like the charts that was put out like in 1919 or something crazy early that's got, I have to find that one. But 2026 is one of the top years. It's supposed to be a good year to sell off before things start tanking. So take that for what it's worth. Brown Gary says, law. Let's check out Ondo, because she's been holding pretty well too, surprisingly. Didn't get this one at a bigger discount yet. Not a cheap discount anyway. Been trying. She just ain't got me yet. Is this a W pattern or is it something else? What are you bouncing off of? I don't see you bouncing off anything. You just bounce off the middle of thin air. What's up with that? What kind of support is that? That looks very flimsy for support, my man. I'm just saying, Ondo. But whatever. Something's making you pump up. Let's get rid of some of this noise. Still in the channel idea. This is why I like to zoom out. Don't worry, you see all this stuff going on the 15. You're just like, oh my god, I think we're going to the moon. So, do I make you dizzy there? I feel like I make people dizzy when I do these charts sometimes. I got to know why you bounced there. Why did you bounce there? I mean, I see something, but is it really strong enough? Okay, let's see. Now I'm cool with that. All right, 618. Okay. That satisfies my curiosity. I'll go with that. But if you're going to bounce from the 618, are you going to take the move from the 618? Or are you going to get... I'm going to use the cheaters. I don't feel like drawing out all this stuff. Oh, you're taking us up here to this area. That would be awesome. I hope you do. 176 Ondo. Let's go, baby. So if we're looking for a 1-1 move, that's what we got. If we're kind of just... And it can happen. That says it can happen. Swing high, the swing low. Tell me where price is going to go for your shorter term things. If that's what you're doing. 138 and 130 look good. 130 looks nice. Is that a good play? The play, the play. Is it the play? From where we are up there, it's another 6%. Hold on. You better call your Lambo dealer. Because if it goes up to 13, woo, baby, you might be loaded. Nice bounce off the 50 moving average area. I like that. That's kind of cool. Let's keep those moving averages going. Now, where's that little... Just that. Where's the little support point when I touched it? Where is that little booger? There's lots of air over here. Ondo. Well, the favorite meme coin on Solana, Whiff, got a little bit cheaper to 148. And I just got all these lines and everything. So we down here. Pardon me while I clean up my screen so I can see what the hell we're looking at. That's a deep ass retracement. I guess you can say the meme coins gave up all their gains. March, April, May, June. So in all that 4 months waiting for Whiff to keep on going up and maybe go to $5 or $6 or whatever the hopeful goal was, we end back down around 148 or something like that. And now we're at 193. That's good. Again, those look like interesting areas if you're sold on the project. This is just a meme coin though. Doesn't mean she can't come back up here. We're looking at it because lots of other people are looking at it. She's not got what I would need to see for a breakout trade or any kind of confirmation that she might not just roll over and come back down to where she was before. That could happen. Could always happen. But whatever trade, whatever setup you come to, at some point you get your buy signal and then it comes down to, are you going to pull the trigger or not? Are you going in on this or not? You committing to this thing or not? Because only the people that buy when they're nice and cheap get to take advantage of selling them and making that profit when they're not so cheap anymore, and all of a sudden they become more popular. So Whiff is going to have some trouble up here around 240, 233, all through this little congestive area wherever it starts, and that 618. Going to have some problems getting above it. Also going to have a little bit of problem up here around 206 to $2. But she breaks above that trend line. That's a great start for a little turnaround. But even though there is a bunch of little bearish divergence playing here on the wave tables and stuff, there's some signs that she can get a pump. And like I said, we might be going through a little relief rally. Doesn't mean that she's headed to $3. But we might see some positive action out of it. Or she might just get up here and roll over. 1 hour is trying to come up and test the 200 moving average. Ichimoku likes the idea. Expect to pull back. Maybe, like I said, maybe it's just wishy-washy up sideways or whatever, and then try to get a breakout. It's got some promising signs here, but again, it's just got some hurdles to go through that were confirmations. We're just not there yet. You're good enough, smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like you, Stuart Smiley. Yeah, that was one. And then there's also something from the movie The Help. Where the woman's got the little girl down and it's like, you is pretty, you is kind. Yeah, I remember Stuart Smalley too, yeah. Grimmer says secret. Let's take a look at secret. Secret network. Oh, wow. I'm against... This is against BTC and it's up against well, I guess it would be. I'm on the 1 hour. Let's zoom out and see what it's like on BTC. Yeah, she's down on BTC. Get the right chart up here. I got it on Bybit. Let's see if we can roll with that one. The only thing that scares me or the only thing that concerns me, doesn't scare me, the only thing that concerns me when I see this and then this. Where is it? Well, I was trying to actually turn you flip-flop you, but I guess you're not going to let me flip-flop you. All right, let's go. We'll just copy over. What if we get something along the lines of this? You know, we come up and then we spend a lot of time up and down doing some kind of double bottom scenario. That's just the only concern I've got with things like that could happen over these next few months, especially if we go into, I don't know what, September, December, October. I mean, we could. I mean, something, just the fractal kind of suggests, you can't go by this stuff, but we don't know what it's going to do, but that would be a scenario that would be, I mean, that would make me sad. I mean, it's great to slowly accumulate if that's your game plan. But if you're thinking, oh man, we're at a point where maybe we can come up and make a higher high, then that could be sad. But she's at the 886, man. There's not many other options we can get, but losing that 24 cents might be in the picture, but regaining this, I'm not quite seeing it though. Can you regain it? Now she's trying. If she, bless her heart if she does, but Ichimoku Cloud's not being very supportive right now. She might come up to 35 cents and then come down, or she may just lose it and come down. But I am looking about 24. Might be on the radar, not instantly, but with a slow bleed of some type down there, might be on the radar. The main price I'd like to see us get above is 36 cents. Getting past that would be awesome, or that'd be the really, really good first start. That's a good level to clear right there, about 36, 37 cents. I would feel much better after we do that. But just to let you know, I also have some secret, had it for a while. It's over on Cosmos Ecosystem. I have a lot of Cosmos Ecosystem coins over there, and they're over there staking. It's not a huge bag. I've had it for a while. It started with hardly anything, but I think it's up at least $200 or $300 now, but just sitting there staking. I'm just going to let it do it and keep on doing it and see what she does. I've got no point to sell her or unstake her. But as this market starts getting into, 2025 and we see retail start coming in, I'm going to start taking a look at some of those old bags I got staking over there as the price starts coming up on them and cash those little suckers out. My game plan. Let me throw this one on your radar. DDPN Sentinel. This one, unknowingly, this one can make some numbers. It doesn't seem like it. It's a lot similar to that Cosmo coin we just looked at. Really, really similar. Actually, can I move this with that on the rechart? Yeah, I can. Okay, cool. rather than erasing all this. But this one's got some pretty decent rewards and some, you know, look at that. That was an 8x coming from these bottoms up there. And I bought some of this stuff. I've had it for a while, but I also, I used their VPN for an airdrop because I was having issues with the other one I used. So I bought some DVPN and then I just threw it and kept it in the wallet. Oh my gosh. Yeah, an 8x on that. I was like, And so I do have a good amount of this staking, and it has been. I just, you know, it's just one that I don't ever look at. But just that it makes those kind of numbers, it's kind of interesting. I mean, if you're patient, it's a real use case. So if you're into DPN and all that stuff, I mean, it works with a lot of VPN software. It's blockchain with VPN. It's cool. It's there. It works. It's an old school project. It's been around for a while. But she can make some gains after she gets through doing what she's doing here and levels out. She will go back up again. So I just let her stake. The rewards are good. And man, that position still, even though it's down, it's grown so much through this process. I'm like, dang. So throw that one out there.
It's natural desire, 'cause you need me right now. With you, I can feel it.
Bitcoin Cash, I think Joe said it might dump. Bitcoin Cash might jump due to Mt. Gox. Yeah, I saw that in the news. Joe says Mt. Gox says it'll start Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash repayments in July. And Bitcoin Cash has already started tanking. I don't know. I mean, back in Mt. Gox's time, Bitcoin Cash was kind of a popular thing back then. Consider this like an airdrop or token unlock. People will receive Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, and most will sell as fast as they can, creating sell pressure. You know, and those people have been without their money for a while. Some of them may be feeling the pain. Who knows? Bitcoin is still at a lot bigger high than they were ever planning for it to be when they were in the market in Mt. Gox. I mean, Bitcoin was, off the top of my head, I think this was back when it was around a few $100s. I don't even know if it was over $800 during that time. And so that would be like Christmas in July. Even for I don't know, Bitcoin Cash back then, I can't remember. She was trading a lot higher back then than she has in the cycles after, though. The smart ones will hold and sell the peak of the bull market, yeah. But the ones that are desperate for money will not. Important note, if the market becomes very bullish and tokens are issued out to those people, Bitcoin Cash might see very little, if any, price impact due to the possible sell-off. Solana says the people getting back their Bitcoin from Mt. Gox are getting it back at the price during the hack. So they're getting $445 worth of Bitcoin for every one that, oh gosh. Mt. Gox is not going to dump the market. Well, I would be pissed about that. That was going on, whenever Mt. Gox was going on, was just a little bit after I got into crypto, because I was like, oh, great. Perfect timing for me to come into. When was Mt. Gox? And I can't remember. Now I was mining before. Oh, I really gotta go back. I did track my first Bitcoin purchase back, and it was 2013, but I can't remember the exact date of it. That has been a while back. Bringing back some old memories there. Rumor has it that the Japanese government is keeping the rest of the Bitcoin. Ooh, that would... For them, that would be a smart play. For the Mt. Gox people, they're getting screwed. But for the Japanese government, that would be a really smart play. They need that. They would really need that. That would help them out a lot. It really would. taken in the greater scope of things and the economy and where this world's headed, that would be a very smart move from the Japanese government. I hope they do. I mean, I know it probably doesn't sound good for the people, but I mean, Japan's government, they're sitting there looking to us. I mean, they could end up being screwed over so bad for stupid stuff our politicians decide to do here. And Japan's kind of dependent on us. We kind of did them really dirty during the wartime. Really dirty. Disclosure Crypto, dog, anything on Gary? I can't get over it. Oh no, what's Gary doing now? Well, I mean, she's just hanging out where she was, so that's not horrible. Ichimoku Cloud, like on a lot of these coins, looks like she wanted to push them down though. So, you know, nothing's changed. Still looking for that lower level to get hit at 0.015. But we haven't. Looks like we just broke this level here. What, the 17? Well, it says it's 1724 right now. It looks like she's breaking on the daily. Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hours. I mean, she's trying to get above the 9. She's trying to make some moves. Stochastic. The signs are saying, you know, that we're still high. Lower lows and lower highs is kind of what we're trying to do. Did she do a lower low? She did. This one, I think. Oh, this is a measure. Was that the measure move? Yep. Or a measure move. I think that would have been actually it. Oh, and now you can't say you nailed it. Before you might be able to say you nailed it. Okay. Just putting it where it's supposed to go. Not there. So if that's a measure move and then that becomes resistance, could. It looks like all the altcoins, I mean, that I've seen so far, they do have some lower points that they can reach, but it doesn't look like they're just dying to go to it like in the next 10 minutes or anything though. Might I ask what got you, what turned you on so much to Gary? Well, there's a trade set up over here for Gary. When was this? Back in September 2023? Is that when I put this out? Or was that for real? Because I don't think I would have had a trade set up going all the way up to here and the stop loss all down to here. I don't think that was what was going on. I'm not claiming that. I think they were just kind of fat finger to something over there. Mr. Miles says, I bet half of Japan's government is funded by anime. Touche, Mr. Miles. Mr. Miles said, we did the Japanese dirty, but at least we didn't pull a pull hardware on them. Like, good point. Very good point. War just sucks. We shouldn't do it. You would think we'd be evolved beyond war by now, right? I say we just throw them in the octagon and let them... we throw the leaders in the octagon and let them fight it out. Throw the generals in the octagon and let them punch it out. Mentor Mirage, any trade, brother? How much should I take leverage and longer sell? Yo, I think they're in the wrong spot for that. I don't kind of do that. Right now, well, I mean, I haven't come across. What was there was one that did look like a possible trade setup. What was that? Was it? It wasn't Hondo, was it? There was one we went through that actually I did. We were talking about as a possible trade setup. I can't remember what it was though. Short-term memory loss. We're just kind of just looking at the markets and kind of checking up on the statuses of our coins right now. Not a whole lot of trades out there to be had. They will present themselves, but personally, I am looking for maybe an area to short Bitcoin. Good brown gravy says, that's crazy. I just watched Oppenheimer today. Slinda says the aliens could just come and destroy us all before World War III. Oh. This whole alien thing is kind of freaky. It's just wild. It's like, I want some answers. It just seems like the history that we've been given and grew up with all this time just is not, the math is not coming together. It's just not. There's too many things that all these labeled conspiracy theories, like the Smithsonian Institute, the giant skeletons found here in America, and the some of the things rumored to be over in the Grand Canyon, and then suddenly all these things become off limits for anybody to go to now. Yeah, it's illegal to go there and look at these places and things, and I just think there's a rich history that we don't know the full amount of, but it makes me think that somebody has some clues and they don't want us to know it too, and that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, why? And it really makes me think that, you know, civilizations have been here for a long, long, long time. I think it's fascinating. I think we're a species that lost its history. And it's kind of interesting. Do you think that there's other species out there that haven't lost their history, that may have been around for a long, long time too? And are they the angels in the Bible? You know, you get so many things. And could they be the angels in the Bible and the whole God concept still be in play? Yeah, it could. That's crazy. The reason for not disclosing what we're told is that we couldn't handle the truth, which it makes it sound like it's just horrible and really scary. But why shouldn't we know the truth? I don't think the truth. I think the version of there being one source of everything creates everything, and I think that will always be true. Maybe the aliens are. They just kind of show up out of nowhere. Sometimes they look like men. Sometimes, I don't know. We're getting into some wild topics here. I saw this watching Theta. Theta is a media platform out there on blockchain, associated blockchain. She's not made it back into this juicy buy zone that I put out a long, long, long time ago that we broke out of. It's pumpkin time, isn't it? Did she find support here? That would be cool. This trend line, this little white trend line here. I'll get rid of the box. Box has been there for a while. What did I just... But it seems to be respecting this trend line here for Theta. Sitting at 156. That's nice. Theta looks like she might get a bounce here. Maybe we'll come back and retest this area about 180. Maybe 193. That would be cool. I'd love to see a bounce there. Not going to get all bullish and crazy, but yeah. This does seem to be like a megaphone pattern that does have a good chance to break through the upside. It just takes them, you know, a long time to do it. So a good sign is respecting here. Theta looks good. I like this. So I do have a position trade in Theta, and of course, without saying I'm buying, I'm collecting and adding to these positions when we're down, especially if we're on a trend line and all that. It's just what I do in that type of strategy of trading. Now, the only thing I got to say is that when I started reopening my position trading, It wasn't in the usual places where I would do it. I just did it because I had the opportunity, because I came across an exchange that offered spot margin trading, and well, that's my go-to. That's where I've had the most success with spot margin trading in the runs. It's a pretty forgiving platform if you just play your cards right, manage your risk. It's a low leverage play that just gives you more control. And I'm not trying to shill any platform. I mean, KuCoin has it, but Binance has it, CoinEx has it, and as long as you have access to it, it's a cool way to really make the markets work more for you. So I do lean toward that, and one of the best times to start a spot margin trading is on a big drop, because if we drop lower, you got a big humongous ass cushion that if the worst case scenario happens, if you decide to play that, you have options to short if you want to do that. You got all kinds of options, but you're more in control of the risk than you are, say, with perpetual futures. And so that's why I like the smart margin trading. And so, and do opening that at the bottom, like I said, then you got, if we are going up, well then, baby, you're in a great place. And you're just slowly building these bags and building these positions slowly. You're not jumping all in. And you'll be amazed that over time, slowly, those bags grow pretty big. And I likes it. Mr. Miles says, Road Dog's like a drug pusher. He's giving me just enough CAS TA to keep me coming back and causing withdrawals if I don't get my fix. Hey, Mr. Miles, I looked at my Caspa bag, and it was around, you know, the one I'm growing on spot margin. I tell you that they grow slowly, right? It was 100,000, right? And last I looked, it was, I don't think I'd pull it up because I don't have my, or will it? Let me see if it will show me. Oh crap, I can't even find it. You won't let me. Will you show me what I got? Okay, yeah. Tell me I have to verify or something. Looks like 113,000 Caspa. Now my risk percentage is sitting nice and pretty at 167%. I'm good. My little sucker can drop way down, and I'll be good. So it's slowly growing there. Cool. I would love to see it go to 200,000 if I can do that. I don't know if I can, but we'll just see. She gets down low, I keep adding to my bag. And if she ever gets up to 20 cents, I'll take some of that profit and, you know, balance it out a little bit. But I like it. Caspa's been doing really good. Mr. Miles says 200,000 bag of Caspa is a very good bag to strive for. Hopefully I'll get as much of that as I can. That's what this is why. If you hear me talk about spot margin strategy, it's just because I'm just sold on it personally. It's something that most people don't talk about or most people use, and most exchanges don't even offer. So I don't know. It's just it's so much safer than trying to do perpetual futures. So much better. Well, we have not went over the news, and I set that up before the stream. I seem to forget to do that. We need to do that real quick. Well, let's go now and take a look at the altcoin news. All right, so Layer GG altcoin news. See what's going on. What happened to crypto in the last 12 hours? Mt. Gox will start distributing Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash repayments in early July 2024. Approximately 65,000 Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash will go to individual creditors, less than often reported. Blast has created the Blast Foundation, and the details of the Blast vision will be announced on June 26. Covalent has teased that a new product will be announced on June 26. Gollum Network will announce a significant update on this week. This could pertain to a strategy using ETH reserves to generate yield. Jupiter has launched Jupiter Swap version 3, the supply reduction Jupiaries, and ASR extensions proposals. Vote will be in July. That's a bunch of gibberish. What does that mean? Marinade DAO has approved unlocking a 26 million Marinade budget to onboard 3 market makers for Marinade liquidity. Great. What we need is just more market makers. Spectral Labs has teased that the upcoming launch of Syntax version 2. Pantera Capital. Pantera continues to actively promote Toncoin. Need to take a look at that one really too. UMA Protocol has hinted that a unique announcement is coming soon. It's so unique, dude. So unique. So unique. So unique. Unique. Jump Protocol President Kanav Karia steps down after 6 years at Jump Trading. Should pertain to probably Lido DAO investments is what they're throwing up there. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is set to go free after 5 years in prison under plea deal with the U.S. Justice. And again, I just gotta, that's worth celebrating right there. That's amazing. I didn't think I'd see that. So, we have no hand claps here. That's what we got for the news. Thanks for reading. I'm gonna give this a little retweet and a like. And here's the Bears. Oh, what's this? Is this what is this? Is this a prediction? Mount Docs, number go green, Bears on life support. Would love to see that. All right, let's get on back to our regularly scheduled programming. Find the button.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Elvis. Because of you, I don't have to say that. Just saying. So Toncoin, we're going to take a look at that. It's got some news on it. That's another one's been holding very well. Let's take a look at on KuCoin here. $7.57 right now. Oh, just hanging in there like a champ on the 4 hour, finding respecting the 200 moving average. That's cool. Let's take a look at it on the daily, because I like to zoom out. 21 moving average crossed the 9 crossed the 21, but price is above them both and going up. That's not something I normally see there. That is just that is an anomaly. That is, when I get anomalies, I get suspicious. It makes me not trust anomalies, so that doesn't make sense to me. What's up with that? 4 hour looks good. Daily look, that's messed up on the daily. That is. I'm just want to tell you that is. If we get a big slam back down, I will blame it on that, because that didn't make any sense. Wow. Everything else looks all right. Looks promising. Looks good. 100 crossing the 200 on the 1 hour, and remember, you might get a pullback for that. I'm just guesstimating about 2 out of 3 times you can get a pullback when that happens. Just a rule of thumb, not anything that happens every time. Just a little rule of thumb that might help you out in a jam. Or if you freak out and it's like, oh, I wish I could buy it cheaper. Well, you see that, you might. Let's take into account this new information we got. Respects these wicks over here. Toncoin. Okay, well, it's just that's throwing me off here on the bigger time frame. It can correct. It can, the moving averages follow what price is doing. Looks okay on the 3-day. It's above the 9. Okay, well, hey. Bigger time frames trump the smaller ones in my strat and my rules. So screw what the daily says. The 3-day says we're okay. We're above the 9. Good. So maybe the anomaly is just nothing. Ichimoku Cloud. Ain't got much bad to say here. Ton looks pretty good. It really does. Will we see $9 out of it? Just making higher highs and higher lows. Where she stops, nobody knows. Moving averages look good. I like Ton. Let's go, Ton. I'm very proud to be in town. There is some, of course, there would be some bearish divergence, possibly, or forming. We'll just say it's forming. If she goes parabolic, that will go out the window. Interesting. I like it. I like it. I'm still looking for $9. Well, I believe it is that time. Oh, it happened. This time I'm turning into a pumpkin. It is starting to get to be that time. Mr. Mouse says Cass wants to break through that resistance. Better not, I'm telling Mama. Oh, look at you on the 2 hour. I flipped on the 2 hour. Some people like trading the 2 hour a lot. Some people say it really clears it up for them. Just throwing that out there just in case you want to experiment with stuff. Because I'm all for experimentation. You have to find yourself and find your own trading voice. And you can only do that by experimenting and, you know, trying things out. 200 moving average, will you break over it? I hope so, that'd be cool. Ichimoku says, hell yes, let's go. About time. And she's been kind of bearish on everything else. Let's see what the 1 hour says on Caspa. 1 hour is ready to rock. I like that. I like that a lot. We got trying to find a little line in the sand here. Oh, that was good. So you got a trend line to track here and to tell you when you might want to get. She's at 15 cents again. Oh hell yeah! You should have told me that, Mr. Moss. We are back at 15 cents again. Because I think, well, she's been at 15. I guess I'm the one that hasn't been paying attention here. She's been at 15 for a while. For some reason I think she was still under 14. That's because that's where I was nibbling. I've been nibbling her. She made a higher high, Mr. Miles. Touche. Caspa. The people that weren't talking about her are starting to talk about her now. Well, this pumpkin's gotta get out of here. I appreciate you for hanging out with me tonight. Market has been hard. It has not been pretty. Luckily, altcoins, most of them have been hanging out pretty strong after they've been beaten down before. But if you've been losing, just know I'm with you. I'm right in there with you, people. It gets us, and sometimes it's for us being stupid. Sometimes it's just not for us not having, you know, a good backup plan in place or putting it into place. There's all things that can happen. It's part of the process. We do make gains. We do take some losses from time to time, and I'm witness of that today. I hope that none of you took a loss today. That would be awesome. But the realistic thing is that a lot of people took some losses today. A lot of liquidations happened. About $300 million was one of the numbers that I saw. They will try to shake us out of the market, and the smart ones will not get shaken out. I plan on being one of the smart ones as best I can, as long as I don't get too stupid with some of these things. And, you know, just really watch your emotions, watch your signs or signals, your trend lines. You're using trend lines. I love trend lines. Your levels. All the stuff that you set out on your own charts, you know, and rules. Great time to reinforce and maybe make some new rules. I'm making some new rules what I'm doing on perpetual futures. So I got to change my rules if I want to, you know, get rid of these little bad habits and little things that I do that and come in and start wrecking things. But thanks guys for hanging out with me. Later, Headless Horseman. Look at those tacos, dog. All right. Jane Fish. Hey, I did Theta. We did take a look at it earlier if you want to rewind. It wasn't too long ago either. I actually was impressed with it. It looked good. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you again tomorrow and maybe tomorrow night. Or maybe I'll see you again tomorrow night. Maybe during tomorrow. Turn that bell notification on if you want to catch it. Otherwise, I just pop up 1 hour. Thanks for hanging out. Good night, everybody.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog.
much on boy.
Sharing secrets, you was really was about your life. Basic bullets, with no bullets. Does your wifey know you're begging for my